Now it's time to draw what you have learned. Grab your blank piece of paper. First, let's review what you learned in Lesson 1. There are 2 themes that we're studying during the Old Testament overview. Number 1 is the Scriptures testify about Jesus. And number 2 is God's way or man's way. We're also trying to remember what the first chapters of Genesis are about. Writing them down every week will help you remember. Chapters 1 and 2 are about creation. Chapter 3 is the first sin. Chapter 4, the first murder. Chapter 5 is a list of genealogies we're calling fathers and sons. Chapters 6 through 8 are about Noah and the flood. Noah was born about 3000 BC, and the flood occurred about 2500 BC. And chapter 9 is about the Rainbow Covenant. Let's add 3 more chapters to your list to remember. Chapter 10 is more genealogies, so again, let's call that Fathers and Sons. Chapter 11 is about the Tower of Babel. This is easy to remember if you think of the number 11 as the shape of a tower. And finally, chapter 12 begins the story of Abraham. Chapter 12 is the last chapter that we'll try to remember. Now, let's take a closer look at these chapters in lesson number 2 of the Old Testament overview.